Hey, my ladies. I know it's been a minute. I'm going to do another women's devotional. So, today we're going to do a women's devotional. It's week 4. And it's called The Battle is Real, but the Victory is Won. I hope all of you have had an awesome week, awesome past couple weeks. I hope everything's going awesome for you guys. I pray so much peace, happiness, comfort over all of you. You are all beautiful. Even though I won't know most of you people watching my video. But you are all beautiful. You are all smart enough. You're all worthy enough. You're all important enough. You do matter. So this Bible verse is one of my absolute favorites. It's Isaiah 41:10. For do not fear, for I am always with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you up with my victorious right hand. That is one of my favorites because anytime I'm feeling scared or anytime I'm feeling a little bit nervous or don't really know how to feel about something, and if you're a lot like me, I'm very independent, and that's a good thing, but that also can be a little bit of because we have to remember to lean on God. No matter what we go through, we have to always lean on God. But that's one of my favorite Bible verses because anytime I'm going through something like that, it's like, Mayci, remember, God is with you. You will be okay. You will make it. Remember, in Isaiah 41:10, he literally says, I am with you. So you don't have to fear. He already knows what's going on in your life right now. So don't worry about it. He's got it. So, alright, I'm going to read my little passage. It says, the Bible calls the one who has been tempting and taunting God's children since the Garden of Eden the great enemy. And I don't know about you, but sometimes it seems like that enemy is working overtime in my head to keep me discouraged and disappointed. He taunts me with messages that appear as negative self-talk. Sorry. And some examples like, I've failed again. I'm always messing up. There's no way God can use me. The world is terrifying. I need to hide in fear. People will always let me down. I can't count on anyone. And actually, believe it or not, we actually do go through a lot of these. I mean, I know sometimes we're like, well, I won't have to deal with that. I won't have to go through that. But sometimes we wind up going through it when we don't think we're going to wind up going through it. And it is okay to ask for help. It is okay to get help. So, just putting that out there. I know I'm one of those. Sometimes I'm very independent. And I can be that way. I can be like, well, I really don't want to have to ask this person. I really don't want to have to be a burden on someone. I really don't want to have to, what I'm saying? And it is okay to have help sometimes. It is okay, to ask for help sometimes. Don't be too prideful to where it's okay to be prideful, but in the right ways. There is a very not good way to be prideful. And pretty much saying like, you're too good of a person, you're too above this person, you're too, you shouldn't ever ask for help because people like you don't ask for help. You're supposed to already have it all figured out. No. God knows that we're going to have struggles. God knows that we're going to have times where we're going to have to ask for help. And that's okay. So please don't ever get to that point to where you're scared to ask for help or you feel like you can't ask for help. No matter who it is, please don't ever be scared to just reach out and ask for help. It is okay. You go to God. Ask God, okay, God, who are you wanting me to ask? Who are you wanting me to go to? Just tell me and I'll do it. And He'll show you. He always does. He knows the right person that you can come to that's going to be trustworthy with whatever information you give them. So please just always go to God first. No matter what decision you make, no matter what you go through, please go to God first. But although the battle is real, the victory has already been won. Jesus defeated sin and death on the cross, which means you and I can reject the disregarding lies told by the great enemy of our souls. In other words, the devil. How? By focusing on God's promises to be with us, to strengthen us, to help us, and to hold us up with His victorious right hand. You and I have everything we need through the one who won the war, so we can have victory in the battle. And just in case you forgot for a moment, He also calls you His child, chosen, blessed, treasured, a masterpiece, appointment, protected, held, and loved. When you hear the voice of disappointment and discouragement, remember, God loves you. He's with you, and He's made it possible for victory to be yours. And if you've watched my women's devotional, then I read the passage. You can also get this women's devotional on Amazon. That's where we got it from. And it's really good. And you can use it all throughout the year. It goes by weeks, so it's not a specific date you have to have it done by. So that's pretty awesome. I love those. But if you've watched my videos and if you've listened to my audio podcast on Spotify, then at the end of the passage, first I tell you what the name of it is, this certain week that we're on. I tell you the Bible verse. I read you the passage, and then after the passage, it has the questions. And you see I'm wearing my tank top today. Yay, I'm so excited. I love warm weather. I don't like to be cold. But, alright guys. Well, my ladies. If you know me, I call everybody guys. So, alright. So, how are you struggling with disappointment and discouragement right now? So, one thing, if you've watched my videos, like I've said before, or listened to my audio podcast, one thing I've mentioned before, I would not write in these books just because you can look back on these next year. And it will be clear, it won't have anything written in them to where it doesn't mess with your mind and get your mind bogged. I'm just thinking about how I would do it. Because if you're like me, it'll get you mixed up. But what I would do, I would start like a little journal. And you could go along with my videos and you can write it out on your journal, or you can get one of these books and then write as you read, as you go. But this devotional is pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. And I'll show you guys in just a minute the front of the book, so that way you know which book I'm talking about. Alright, so how are you struggling with disappointment and discouragement right now? Mine, I'm just going to be blunt and I'm going to be honest. Because if you know me, I am blunt and I am honest. And it is okay for you to mention really, truly what you're going through, as long as you're mentioning it to the right person. And God's always the right person. But, alright, how are you struggling with disappointment and discouragement right now? Okay, so mine right now, like presently, is insecurities. Um, if you've watched my videos before or listened to my audio podcast, then you know I have a fiance named Chris, and together we have 4 beautiful, handsome little guys. But you will also know that for years before me and Chris met, and he'll tell you this, for years I was mistreated. Every relationship I was in, the few relationships that I was in, every single one of them I was mistreated somehow. One of them was almost physical, and we had already had our son at the time. But thankfully, it didn't turn into that because I left enough time to where it didn't. But this person made it very clear, very obvious that they were not scared to put their hands on me. So I've been through almost physical. I've been through a lot of emotional abuse, a lot of verbal abuse, a lot of psychological abuse. So I mean, you know, over the years I was pretty damaged. A lot of trust issues. And thankfully God gave me a very patient man. Because when me and Chris first met, we talked about it. And he knew what he was getting into when we first met. But he took on the challenge. He took it head on. And he has helped me every day that we've been together. And we've been together for a little while now. And when we look back from where we started, it seems so long ago. I mean, it's been a minute. And it's been hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's been hard. But you know what? It's the best blessings. It's the best blessing besides our babies and besides God that I have been blessed with. Chris is so patient. He is understanding. Anybody that knows us will tell you just by the way that Chris looks at me, just by the way that he acts around me, with our babies, that he is in love with me. That there's no possible way of him cheating because he doesn't want to cheat. He doesn't want to go behind my back because he knows what he has. He knows what type of woman I am. He knows that I'm faithful. He knows that I'm loyal. He knows when we first started talking, you know, we didn't know each other. I mean, we saw each other. Oh, Jesus, I messed up that word. We saw each other, you know, because we both worked at the hospital at the time. And he told me, and he'll tell you this too. He said when he first saw me, he said, "You didn't see me, but I saw you." And he said, as soon as I saw you, he said, I thought to myself, I've got to make an excuse to talk to that woman. And he and he did. We still pick about this. I was in my office, and I had seen him walking up and down the hallway, and I thought the same thing. I was like, well, dang, he's pretty handsome, but at that time, y'all, I'm not kidding. He'll tell you. I was done with guys. I was so done with guys. I even prayed. Like, they were laughing at me at work because for years I had prayed. I was like, God, I'm so done with guys. Do not even send one my way. If one even looks at me the wrong way, I swear I'm going to deck them in their face. And like, I am done. No flirting, nothing. I'm so tired of being mistreated. I'm so tired of my babies being mistreated. Do not send me no one else. Well, I had been separated from our second baby, his biological daddy. I had been separated from him for about actually over 2 years. Did not talk to anybody, did not want to talk to anybody. If anyone even tried to flirt with me, I was ready to knock him out. Because, I mean, I was so done. I was done with it. And first thing I thought in my mind was, how is it so hard just to be faithful? How is it so hard just to be loyal, to truly love someone? If you say that you love them, your actions speak a lot louder than your words do, guys. If you say that you love someone, if you say that you love the lady that you're with, the girl that you're with, the woman that you're with, well, by God, mean it, you know? I mean, don't say something if you ain't gonna back it up. Before you speak those words, you better think hard before it comes out your mouth. Because also, too, God counts every tear. And all those daggum tears I cried for years from just always being mistreated, God's either already taken care of them or either God's dealing with them now. I kid you not. God does not like ugly. You mistreat someone, one of my favorite phrases I actually use a lot. And a good bit of them realize then, okay, I done messed up. But before I left them, I told him, I said, God's going to make you realize what you lost. Because if you know me, I mean, yeah, I get hurt very easily. But as years went on, the older I've gotten, the more it actually is a lot harder to hurt me as quickly as you could have back then. I mean, that could be a good thing, but that also can be a not so good thing. Because now, I finally have someone that's good to me, that is trustworthy. But see, after all those years, I have this wall built up. I have this guard around my heart that I'm ready for whatever comes at me. But you know what? My sweet Chris has been so patient with me. Sometimes I can be a little butt because of my insecurities and thinking that either something's going on or either, oh, well, so-and-so looked and da-da-da-da and been staring and da-da-da-da. No, it's not. No, it's not. Is insecurities. One thing I've always told Chris, my heart knows it, but my mind don't know it yet. My heart knows I've finally got my person. My mind, on the other hand, it knows it sometimes, but also other times, insecurities gets in the way and likes to be a little butt. And yeah. But you know what? When you have someone that is, one of my favorite Bible verses, it says, love is patient, love is kind. Love does not envy. One of mine and Chris's favorite Bible verses, which we're going to get this tattoo too, but let no man separate, let no woman separate. That means you better not be cheating on your person. You better not be lying to your person. You better not be going behind their back on anything. You better not be starting friendships with the opposite sex that can, in other words, like for me, I better not be starting no friendship with no other man that can lead to something else. He better not be starting no daggone friendship with no woman that can lead to something else. That's pretty much what that Bible verse means. And we love that Bible verse because it hits home with us, because me and him both have always been mistreated. He'll tell you, I had it worse than he did. But still, what we've gone through, neither one of us deserve it. But I will tell you, your struggles, your heartaches, your hurt, your mistreat, your abuse, it definitely makes you stronger. It definitely makes you stronger. It makes you wiser. It makes you appreciate more. And that's one thing we've always talked about. You know, if we wouldn't have went through some of the things that we went through, we wouldn't appreciate the things that we have now as much as we do if we didn't go through them. So see, we go through hard times. We all do. But sometimes it's to better bless you and to better help you than to hinder you. But see, when you're going through it, you don't realize that at the time. I know I didn't. Just always keep God close to your heart. No matter what you go through, just know, like this Bible verse, one of my favorites, Isaiah 41:10. God is always with you, ladies. He is always with you. You do not have to be scared. You do not have to fear. And in time, when the time's right, because God's timing is always perfect. When it's the right time, God will show you what to do, or He'll tell you what to do, or what to say. You just keep having that faith and keep holding on. And see, look, that's how God works. I'm supposed to be going off this little passage right here, and I sat here and gave you my whole spiel of me and Chris and how I've been mistreated. But that's how God works. When God puts it on me, I just get on a roll, guys. I just get on a roll. And for whatever reason, though, whoever is watching this apparently needed to hear it. Because whoever it is out there is either going through a lot of the same things that I went through, is either about to, feeling lost, or feeling alone. And with all of those things I just listed, I want to tell you right now, and I want you to listen. God is tremendously, ladies, God is tremendously about to work in your favor. You do not have to go through what you're going through right now anymore. I know you hear this song in the background. I want you to listen. I am not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. You won't ever be alone. He is not ever going to leave you. Actually, when I picked this song, I didn't realize that. But it goes perfectly with Isaiah 41:10. Carrie Job, we love her. She says, I am not alone, for you are always with me. Isaiah 41:10, it literally says, do not be afraid, for I am always with you. See how God works? I'm telling you. But back to the passage. The first question was, how are you struggling with disappointment and discouragement right now? That was mine. But compared to where me and Chris first started, I am 10 times better. Bless his heart, I was probably hurting Chris's feelings left and right. I probably was, but honestly, that's what my mind was used to, you know. I was automatically expecting something to happen, you know, him to go behind my back, or come to find out I find something, and literally they used to call me a private investigator, and actually I wanted to be one at one point. Me and Chris both did. Also, at one point, we also wanted to be in the Army, the military, the Navy, you know, the Marines, one of them. I mean, we grew up tomboys, you know, and I loved stuff like that. And now our boys do, our little guys, especially Landon. He loves that type of stuff, and that's what he's going to tell you too. If I were to ask him in one of our videos, he will tell you he wants to go to the military. And I told him, I was like, baby, I said, it is your choice. I feel like you'd be awesome at it. As long as you make a positive decision, we will always support you. You always keep God first. And Landon, I love him so much. I love all of our babies. All of our babies are so smart. And I'm not just saying that just because it's our babies. Seriously, our babies, they are so intelligent, guys. Like, they are, oh my gosh, they're so smart. Like Landon, he always makes all A's on his report cards. He's so smart. And, you know, sometimes, you know, your children, they go through that phase, you know, where they sometimes don't really think they're that smart. And, you know, you just work with them. You just talk with them. You tell them, yes, you are, baby. You are so super smart. And you just give them examples. You know, like, okay, you remember when you done this, you know, and you thought of this, or you thought of that, or, you know, you just bring up examples, good positive examples, to boost them, to uplift them, because they look to us for comfort and support and good positive uplifting advice. I mean, we're their parents, we're their mamas, you know, and us as their mamas, it is our job, and it says it in the Bible, we are supposed to protect, we are supposed to provide, we are supposed to love unconditionally, guide them in the ways they're supposed to go, and you know the right ways and the wrong ways, and the ways to teach them. And God knows you know the right ways and the wrong ways. So if you teach them wrong, God's gonna bust you for it. You're gonna be in a huge amount of trouble. Because the way that God thinks, the way He thinks is, okay, so you had prime opportunity to teach this baby the right ways, but instead you taught them another way. It doesn't matter what you went through as a kid in your childhood. It don't matter what you're going through right now. You are the mama. You are the main heart of that family. You are supposed to be that baby's positivity, that baby's role model, that baby's godly guidance and love and hugs and kisses and whatever that baby needs. And if you don't do your job as a mama, shame on you. And I'm being honest, because for some reason God's putting this on my heart, and whoever this is needs to hear it. And if you were doing right, you wouldn't be mad at this and what I'm saying. You'd actually be agreeing with me. Some of you probably be shouting. Some of you probably be laughing and saying amen, and because I know I would if I was watching this video. But some of you are going to be mad about it. But you know what? Something my dad used to always say, guilty dog always hollers. If you feel like this is being pointed towards you, 9 times out of 10 it might be. You may be just that one person that God's speaking to. You can't be mad at me. Talk to God about it. He's the one who done it. He's the one who talk to me, to talk to all you about it. But anyway, next question. It says, look up John 1:12, John 15:15, and John 1st. Mess that up. I'm always boogering up words. Sorry, guys. Look up John 1:12, John 15:15, and 1 John 3:1, and copy one here. How do the words of those scriptures make you feel? What are your favorites among the names God calls you? Okay? We'll go to John 1:12 first. Alright, it says, "Yet to all who received him, to those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God." So pretty much saying, you keep that faith, you keep trusting and believing God, that shows that you are a child of God. Like, all of us are children of God. But that shows that you truly, truly have trust and faith in God. And you know, no matter what in the world this world brings your way, the devil brings your way, you ain't got to worry. Because you know God's going to handle it. God's going to protect you and your babies and your family. You know, if you've got babies, if you got a little family, God's got it. God's going to protect you. One of my favorite phrases I've always used and I've always helped patients with: let go and let God. Simple, but effective. Ah. Alright. The next one. Alright. Okay. John 15:15. I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I have called you friends, for everything that I learned from my Father I have made known to you. Alright, and it says, how do the words of those scriptures make you feel? What are your favorites among the names God calls you? Well, I know it's cliche because you hear it all the time, but out of all of those that I just read, my favorite is just being known that I am a child of God. I'm already listed there. I'm already jotted that down. That's one of my favorites. But also, too, how do the words of those scriptures make you feel? Honestly, it boosts me. It uplifts me. Because that lets me know, no matter what, as long as I keep that faith and trust in God, He's going to take care of every situation that you have. That's pretty much what I just got done saying. You know, no matter what we go through, no matter what the devil tries to throw our way, it don't matter, guys. As long as we keep that faith and that trust in God, I promise you, no matter what you're going through right now, it don't matter. It don't matter. God always, always has our best interest at heart. He will not send us through something. He will not send us to something that we cannot get through. Sorry, my eye's burning over here. But He will not send us to something if we cannot get through it. But alright, let's see. Alright, so the next question. Meditate on today's verse, Isaiah 41:10. Does this promise calm your fears and give you courage? Why or why not? I would say yes, it gives me courage, because that lets me know, like I was saying, He says, do not fear, for I am always with you. So, like saying, my insecurities that I go through, the fears and doubts that the devil tries to give me, that I'm not going to make it, I'm not going to achieve my dream career, God is always with me. I do not have to be scared. I do not have to fear. All the insecurities that I go through, God is always with me. He lets me know I don't have to worry about any of that, because He's already got all that handled. My heart knows that I have a good one. My mind, sometimes it does. Sometimes it thinks of any little bitty thing, insecurity-wise, what I've already been through, the possibilities, and the possible things that could be going on behind my back. Another thing, when you have time to sit and think, like for instance, I get this honestly, I get it from my grandmother. She's the same exact way. She loves to stay busy. So do I. Because if you have time to sit long enough, you'll have time to sit and think about the insecurities, about things that the devil will very easily and very quickly and love to throw your way, just to throw you off guard. Especially if he knows you're on the right track. If you're doing the right thing, if you're trying your best to do better for you, for your family, for your babies, if you got them. And if you don't, that's okay. Whatever's meant for you will be for you. So don't worry about that either. But well, actually I use a lot of phrases. But another one of my favorites is, what God has for you, can't nothing or nobody take it away. Because it's specifically picked out just for you. Another one I use, which I've already told you guys. If God sends you to it, He will send you through it. Another one, let go, let God. Let go of whatever, because that's one thing oh my gosh, y'all, I was horrible about that. When I was growing up, I was such a worrywart. I kid you not. I worried about so much stuff. And that is a proven fact. Worrying so much and stress and anxiety shortens your lifespan because it causes stress on the heart and stress on the mind. See, if you looked at me, you wouldn't ever know it, but I have a couple of health issues. Two big ones are heart problems and breathing problems. See, I didn't think I was ever going to mention this, but whenever I'm doing my videos, some of you may have already heard it. Sometimes I also have what's called winter asthma, because when it's colder outside, it really messes with it. And whenever you have vertigo, you have heart problems and breathing problems already, and then have winter asthma, all that mixes up, and it's not fun. But some of you may have already picked up on it, and that's okay. But I keep on keeping on because I really enjoy what I do, and I know this is God's purpose for me. But sometimes I feel like I'm having to either chase after my breath, literally, or I'm constantly doing like breathing out of my nose kind of hard a little bit. But not that one. But there's a lot of insecurities there on several different things. But you know, when God calls you to something, if it's meant for you, God will help you through those insecurities. And He will help you reach the right people on the right time. And that's why I believe strongly, and I know the right person, the right people are going to see my videos or are going to listen to my audio podcast on Spotify. And then my career is going to take off. God has a plan and a purpose for all of us, guys. Don't ever let the devil or a lot of people in this world try to say that you will not ever be anyone, you will not ever amount to anything, or if they don't come out and say it, and you know what I mean, the vibes, or the certain looks, or the certain tone in a voice, you don't deserve that. God's got something better for you, I promise you. But very last question. Write a prayer about the things currently discouraging you, asking for God's help to reject the enemy's lies. Surrender your discouragement to Him and thank Him for giving you hope. Alright? God, I ask you, please protect me and all the ladies listening in. All of our insecurities that we're dealing with, all of our struggles that we're dealing with, Lord. Any problems, any issues that we're dealing with, heartache, abuse, harm, confusion, anxiety, depression, anything that we're dealing with, fears, doubts, anything that we're dealing with. I ask you, God, please give us the strength that we need. Give us the courage that we need, the love that we need, the guidance that we need. You know what we're going through. Please help us to know that no matter what, we are strong enough, we are loved enough, we are beautiful enough. We are awesome parents, if you're parents. We are awesome wives, fiancés, girlfriends, best friends, daughters, whoever we are. God will always protect us. Please give us that guidance, that knowledge, knowing that we will and we are going to be okay. And I thank you, God, for everything that you've done for me and everything that you've done for these ladies, whoever's watching, everything that you are going to do for me, everything that you are going to do for all the ladies watching this, our families, our babies, our spouse, our husbands, our fiancés, boyfriends, parents, family members, loved ones, our fur babies, whoever else, because my videos and my audio podcast are for everybody. So Lord, please give us the strength, the love, the courage, the guidance, everything that we need to help us keep moving. That little boost, that little uplift, that little encouragement, that little inspiration, that motivation that we need to keep going, because we are enough and we will be okay and we will make it. No matter what the devil tries to tell us, no matter what so many people in this world try to tell us, Lord, you are in control. They are not in control. The Bible clearly says, God, that you win in the end. The devil does not win in the end. So many people in this world that are negatives, that are the enemy, that are evil, that are just totally abusive and disgusting and just totally mind corrupted, they will not win. We are trying our best to come up to heaven with you when our time is right. We know what we are supposed to do as Christians and what we're not supposed to do. Please keep us on that path, that straight path, through you, for you. Don't let anybody, anything come in between the bond that we have with you, God. If anything, please help us grow even stronger with our bonds with you, God. I want it to be as strong as it can possibly be. Nothing and no one can break that bond. Please help us have that bond with you, that strength, that love, that unconditional love. Just knowing I don't care what anybody or anything on this earth or the devil tries to throw at me, throw at us. It ain't gonna matter, because you ain't gonna break that bond. You ain't gonna break that love and that trust and that faith. And everything that we've prayed for, Lord, to you, we know that you're going to help us with all of these, our insecurities, everything that we've been struggling with, that we are currently struggling with, or that we are going to be struggling with. Any obstacles that come our way or that are with us right now. We know that you're taking care of them right now, and you've already taken care of them for the future stuff that's coming. And we thank you in advance for all of this. We love you, Jesus. We love you, God. We love you, angels. And we love you, all of our loved ones, our family members, everyone that's already went up to heaven. We love all of you and appreciate all of you. And we're going to be so excited when we're able to all rejoice and be together again in heaven when our time's here. We love you, Jesus. We love you, God. We love you, angels. We have huge faith in you and huge trust in you. And we know that you're going to take care of all this and everything to come. Amen, amen. All right, my guys. I love all of you ladies. Y'all are strong enough. You will make it. You will be okay. You are beautiful enough. Hang in there. Until next time. Love you guys.